Hey guys, welcome back to Ultimate SNS. If you can remember at the beginning of Biden's administration, even some of the stuff he ran on, he wanted to assure everybody that North Korea was not a threat to the U.S. or her allies. But this just happened. So not a threat to the U.S. or the allies. Last time I checked, Japan was an ally. One of the things we need to be aware of is, you know, regardless of what this administration says, use some common sense. Get your head out of the sand. You need to start getting prepared. You need to get your food now. These are some of the news clips that come up. They were actually told to take cover, take shelter, and get out of the streets over in Japan when this was going on. And this was not a test that, oh, we're just going to test some stuff. No, they actually launched those missiles over Japan. So now, whether or not that was a failure to land in those designated areas, or if they just was going for a show of force or whatever, not really sure. We'll just have to wait and see. But if this had happened in America, if someone was to launch that in our airspace over our country, that would have been taken as an aggression into war, an opening salvo of war. And I think we should look at it from that standpoint as well. North Korea is getting way too big for their britches. You got this guy down there who thinks he's some kind of a god. It's really bad, guys. But what we can do better as a society and as a people is we need to make sure we're getting our food, we're getting prepped up, make sure that you have everything that you're going to need for the future, and try to think long term. Don't think just a few months or just a few weeks. Think years in advance, at least a year in advance, because if you have a year's supply of food back, it's going to give you a chance to get those gardens going where you can continue to grow food and put more food back. If you do a large enough garden, you need to think proactive in today's society. So definitely go out, buy what food you can. I know the prices are getting up there. We just went to Walmart today, and I've set up, so okay, I'm going to spend $70. Well, you end up spending a little more than that and come out with about a third of what you usually walk out of there with that price. That's because of the inflation rates that's going up, the food scarcity driving the food cost up as well. You need to be paying attention to what's happening in society, because this is not going to slowly domino into an effect. We have reached a tipping point where it's really going to kick over, and we're going to have some massive situation where people are going to start starving in their homes. Again, we're going to show that launch for you guys. I think it's important we put this stuff in proper context of what's happening in the world today. But as we look at what's happening in our world today, we posted a video earlier today talking about the end of an age. Now, understand that age is being ended and a new one being ushered in because of the turn from God and the drawing of sin. People are wanting to live sinful lives, and they're pushing God out of the picture. And He's going to allow them to do that. He's going to call His church home one day soon, and they're going to have to deal with this type of stuff. But it won't just be, missiles flying overhead to some location where it's not going to hit. It will be all out warfare on this earth at some point. I think people need to wake up to that reality. Have a wonderful evening.